Often pages become very busy very quickly. And so an effective way of managing that or mitigating that is to actually start getting visuals to swap and trade places with each other. It's a great use of space. So I want to show you how you could potentially do that with your dashboards and your Power BI reports. So I'm actually going to minimize some of these, just collapse that, and I'm going to go to ticket analysis. Now I'm going to click the line chart on ticket analysis, and I'm going to go Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it. And so I've literally copied and pasted the visual straight back on top of itself. Now if I go to my selection panel, it makes it easy to click that, there is my line chart, and there is its duplicate, that being the one on top. So I'm actually going to double click and call this column chart, just so I can differentiate each, otherwise it gets a bit hard to differentiate. And this one here, I'm going to double click and call it line chart, just so I know. I can change them back later, but it just helps me for the moment know which is which. Now I want to select the column chart, and I actually want to remove month name. Now I need to actually change it to a column chart, so let's do that first. So I'm actually just going to choose column in my visuals, clustered column chart, and that changes it. Okay, so now the line chart looks like that, and I'll just hide the column chart, and that's the line chart. And if I hide the line chart, that's the column chart. So they're sitting on top of each other, so it makes it tricky to work with this. But I'm going to hide the line chart and click the column chart so I know I'm dealing with that one. Now, what I want to do here is I want to make some changes. I want to, on the column chart, remove month name. And I want to open up my fields pane, and I want to add financial. Now I just need to go to my date data. I need to add financial quarter year label, financial year quarter label to the axis instead. Okay. And I also want to insert a back button. So I'm going to go to my buttons up here in the ribbon under insert, and I'm going to choose back. And I'm simply going to drag it and put it to the right of the visual. Just go right on it. Put it to the right of the visual. Where's it gone? Oh, that's resizing it. Drag it and pop it there. And put it to the right of your visual. And even resize it a little bit. Okay. I also want to go into the button and the style, and the text needs to be turned on, and the text I want to add is view line chart, and that should eventually appear on your button, view line chart. Okay. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to group the column chart and the line chart and the view line chart buttons together. So there's my button, and there is my column chart. So I hold the control key and I choose both of them. Yep. Then I right click and I go group. So now they're both grouped into group 1. I'm going to rename that group, double click, view line chart. Okay, and enter. And I'm now on my selection panel going to hide view line chart. So they're both hidden now, and collapse it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually view the line chart. I'm going to add a back button, another back button. So I'll go to, on the insert tab in my ribbon, I'll go to buttons, I'll choose back. It'll appear in the corner here, so I drag it and pop it over here to the right of my line chart. I'll go into the style and into the text and turn it on, and then the text I want to add to that button is view column chart. And I'll stretch it just so I can clearly see that text, view column chart. Now on my selection pane, I want to select the line chart and I want to select the button. So I hold the control key to select both of those. I then right click and I group those two objects together. And once I've grouped those two objects together, I want to rename group 1 View Column Chart. Oops, chart. Okay, and I want to hide the column chart. So I've got two groups that are both hidden on my selection pane or panel, one called View Column Chart and one called View Line Chart. So now let's bring bookmarks into the picture. So I'll just collapse my fields, collapse my visualizations, and bring up my bookmarks pane. At the moment, neither my column or my line chart are shown because I've got them both turned off. So let's say we choose View Column Chart. So there it is there. Now I want to add a bookmark. It's called Bookmark 7. I'm going to double click it and I'm going to call it View Column Chart. The naming may be a little bit confusing. Hopefully that becomes clearer later. Now I'm going to hide View Column Chart and show View Line Chart and add a bookmark called View Line Chart. And now if I click this bookmark, I should see that, and if I click this bookmark, I should see that. So you can see how the bookmarks are actually switching between the two. Now if I go to the View Column Chart bookmark and the View Column Chart button and bring up the format and the action I want to assign to View Column Chart is I want to see the bookmark View Column Chart. And if I then hide the line chart and show the column chart and then click the button and go to my format pane and buttons and action and say that I want to see a bookmark, and the bookmark I want to see is View Column Chart. I'm not sure if I got the right way. Let's have a look. So then if I say click the button on View Column Chart, no, hold the control key, that brings up View Column Chart. So that should be button, action, View Line Chart. Hold the control key and click it, that views the line chart. Hold the control key and click that, that views the column chart. So if I want to view the column chart, I control click that. If I want to view the line chart, I control click that. And so I've got a button now that jumps between and swaps out the two visuals. So again, it's using the selection pane, the bookmarks pane, and we are hiding and showing different bookmarks and being able to control things using the selection panel. So what I would do at this point is then I would think about, or maybe I need a bookmark navigator to be able to just jump between the two views, but I don't really. I could do, but if I control click, I can just view whichever chart I want to see. But you could, if you wanted to, go to Navigator and ask for a bookmark navigator. But that's not actually going to work because that's going to show us too much. So let's look at that in the next video.